Hi, this is Bob at Hobby Concepts, and today I have got an unusual kit. Okay, this is a Scania R650, but it's 1/32 scale, so it's basically half the size of our Tamiya trucks. I saw this and I said, I gotta get it and just see what it's all about. Today, all we're going to do is just unbox it and take a quick look at the instructions, but I think you'll like it. I like it. Interesting concept. Let's get started. So here's this little kit that I got all boxed, and I ordered the deluxest version I could find, which came with the truck, it came with the radio, and it came with I think there's a lighting kit and some other stuff in here. So I haven't even unboxed it yet. It's kind of a shrink wrap thing. I just want to take a look at how they do this. Like I said, when I saw it, I said, oh, this just looks like kind of a cool little project. Nicely boxed. It's shrink wrapped. Okay, well, here we go. Wow, this is going to be a project. There is a sheet of photo etch and then laser cut plastic parts. There's some decals. There's the manual. Oh my gosh, this just looks like a Tamiya kit, only tiny. Wow, this is really nice. Look at that. There's all the parts tree layouts. There's the plastic parts layouts. There's all the screws. Okay, there's 26 of that screw. Frame rails. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is amazing. This is going to be a hoot and a holler. Now, there's the body. Oh, it is adorable. The detailing is very nice. It's really good. It's obviously designed to mount something, maybe the speaker. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so there's the body. We got the instruction manual, a couple of parts trees and a decal. And then we have bags and bags of parts. So there's like an e-bag. Oh, look at those little tiny screws. I am going to be with my, you guys all know I talk about my fat fingers all the time. Okay, they gave you a screwdriver. Oh, there's a couple wrenches. There's a little tiny nut driver in there. Looks pretty top quality. There's the tires. Okay, I got to open this up because look at these cute little tires. Come on. They come already mounted on the wheels. Look at that. Wow, they are gorgeous too. Okay. Detail parts, some chrome parts, mirrors, the aero parts, fuel tanks. And these are all marked, so I'm assuming all kinds of little metal bits. Oh my gosh, it's like a Tamiya kit, only tiny. I did not expect this many parts. I expected something that was pretty easy to assemble, that was small. This is axle shafts, it looks like. Okay, let's take a look here. We've got I don't want to dig too far into it, but I do want to pop out these frame rails. Look at that frame. That's really nice. It's actually nicer than a Tamiya frame. It's got a lot of holes in it, like a real truck frame. This is going to be a project. Okay, so there's the contents of the truck box. Frame rails and all these parts bags. I'll put them back in here just so I don't mix up the two boxes. This thing's going to be adorable. Okay, I guess the only word for it. Now in this box, and normally I would probably just use one of my own radios, but I just wanted to get everything they recommended, since I've never done one of these, and just see what that involved. So nicely packed, and there's a decal, instruction manual, there's the radio and the receiver. And the receiver's interesting. It has some interesting plugins. It's not like a standard receiver, so I'm glad I got it. We'll be looking into this. Has a digital screen. That looks good. Manual for the radio. Okay, but here's the one I was really interested in. This is some of the parts. So here's the soundboard. So this is the speaker. Chair over here. Boy, that's a little tiny speaker. It's cute as heck. On-off switch and a board, and then there's this package, and I don't want to open it right now, but it's got LEDs and like the, well, I'm going to open it because I just saw something in there that was pretty cool. That's a strip of LEDs. Another one. This looks like another one. And some big LEDs and super fine wire. Look at that wire. It's really little. So that is a fascinating look into what I've got here. And then it looks like the speaker might even have the soundboard built right into it. More investigation later. Okay, and then finally, I've got this separate bag here. And that came with the charger. It came with the little tiny servo. Again, it has a very unique servo plug on it. And then this bag got a motor, and it's a, wow. It's got quite a gear reduction on here. It's got a multiple stacked gear reduction. So I don't even know what motor this is. I don't know if it's the main motor or for something else. So I guess I'll study the instructions for a little while and see how all this fits together, but I don't expect any big problems. It certainly looks high quality. And okay, something different, something very fun. So there's kind of the initial unboxing. Now I'm going to go through the parts and then I'll show you what we've got. Flipping through the manual, I just want to show you a couple things that I discovered. First off, the quality of this thing looks spectacular, but I wanted just to show off really quickly the frame for the fifth wheel coupler. It's amazing. I wish Tamiya did something that was this beautiful. The coupler's just got a million parts, but look at how it holds onto the frame. Look at the amount of screws. Mounts right here. It's crazy stuff, and the screws are teeny. But it looks like a real truck. I mean, the frame, everything looks real. That's the motor, and that is the gear motor, and there's the servo. But the number of parts is unbelievable back in here. It just looks spectacular. So that's one thing I wanted to show, was the coupler. Next thing I wanted to show, the rear ends are made up of a ton of parts, very similar to the big Tamiya kits, but the suspension actually shows like airbag style suspension that looks very scale. And these are the dampers here, made up of multiple parts. And you assemble the drive shaft. But this is the other thing I wanted to show. These are the leaf springs. Okay, the leaf springs, you have to make the leaf springs, and you can adjust the springs to adjust the ride height. And they're made up of individual leaves that you bolt together. So, you know, just one leaf spring has probably 15 parts in it. A lot of parts in this. And then there's the leaf springs mounted in the front. So that was another thing I noted as I was flipping through the manual. The amount of parts in this thing is just unbelievable. And then this is some of that flat pack metal parts, I guess. You have to bend and fold some of them, but they look superb. And then some more chassis parts. Now this is getting into the body. There's no instructions that I could find in here for the lighting or sound package. So I will have to delve into that a little bit further. But you can see that the whole chassis builds up and then the body mounts on separately. Everything looks, these are spring loaded. I think these are probably the body cab tilt mechanism. There's the cab floor. And then here's the body detailing. Again, looks beautiful, ton of parts, no information on lighting, but I don't expect that's going to be any great big problem. It looks, all this looks very familiar to me, having built a lot of Tamiya kits. And then yes, there's the spring-loaded body tilts. So the body actually tilts forward. And then this is the other thing I noted. The tires and wheels, you have to build the hub assembly with all those screws. And look at how this goes together with little tiny nuts. So it goes together just like a real truck, and that's why they give you that little tiny nut driver. These things are minuscule. So this is gonna tax my fat fingers to death. And then the rear axles go together the same, just like a real truck. And also on the last page I noticed this trailer, which I was unaware of, so I don't know if they make a trailer or not, but if they do, I'm gonna have to order the trailer. So anyway, that's just my first impressions flipping through the manual. Okay, the next manual is the radio, and man, I'm glad I ordered the radio. You do not want to buy this kit without the radio. So the radio instructions are in, of course, Chinese and English, but the DL4 is a highly integrated multifunction radio system built-in brushed ESC with Beck, sound simulator, and light group functions are all built into the radio receiver. So when I said I hadn't seen instructions for the sound and lighting, they're in here. And they talk about how the lighting works and the light group interface and the LEDs. So I don't suspect any problems. It's a computer radio. You can adjust the settings in the radio and menu functions. So I'm sure the radio has the ability to do all the typical radio things plus the sound and lighting. And then there's the engine sound select. And so I expect that to go together just fine. There's enough information in here to decode all that. So between the truck manual and the radio manual, it looks like I'm good to go. The only thing I don't have is a battery. And so I'm going to have to identify a battery that'll work in this with the correct plug and get that coming. But that is the 2 manuals and the 2 boxes and the additional bag. And yes, that gear motor that I found in there is the main drive motor. Okay, so there's our Orlandoo Scania R650 kit unboxed. I'm hard to impress, okay? I just am. And you guys that have been watching my video for a while, you know that. I mean, I look at some things that I've done, like GT Power stuff, and I'm like, no. This is the most impressive little kit I've ever seen. I expected it was going to have 50 parts and I was going to build the thing in 2 days, and that this unboxing would be an unbox and build it really quick. No, this is beautiful. It's nicer. The detailing is nicer than a Tamiya kit. It's unbelievably cool, and I am super excited to put it together. But I'm not going to do that today because there's just too much work. This is going to go into my schedule. So the unboxing here is, let's see, I'm doing this in the early part of February. I'd say that probably later this summer, like June or July, is when I'll be building this. So it's going to be a little while. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do it. I did find the correct battery and I ordered it. I hunted for a trailer but couldn't find that yet, but I'm assuming that maybe it'll be something they're going to be coming out with. So I'll contact them and find out about that. Again, this is not, nobody sent me this. I bought it. When I review stuff, it's nobody's paying me, so I can say whatever I want. This thing is awesome. And it wasn't that expensive. I want to kind of think the whole thing was $300 or so with the radio and everything I've showed. So anyway, this is cool. This is going to be fun. Now I have to decide what color to paint it. I'm thinking that lime green color, but I don't know. If you got any brilliant ideas, put them in the comments. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to be gone for a little while down to my annual trek down to Arizona to enjoy some sun away from Idaho up here. And so I'll be back towards the first part of April, and we'll be back on a schedule of doing videos again. So hey, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.